Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlefolk. You're standing here in front of me and wanting me to tell you all about Giant's Shadow, the new DLC that has just dropped, and the patch, of course, which came along with it for Battlefield 1. So you want me to spoon-feed you all of this juicy information? Who do you think I am? Your mummy? Giant's Shadow is the newest map and the first bit of DLC for yours and my favourite Battlefield experience. It dropped today, 13th of December 2016, for anyone that pre-ordered the game, or for those of you that have joined me in the premium ranks of World War I veterans. You know who you are, and I salute you. For all the rest of you, 20th of December. I'm DRBC007 and I'm going to give you a tantalising taste of what's dropped into our open, eagerly anticipating, sweaty palms. In the distance you see it, a massive crashed airship casting its shadow onto the battlefield, and within its eerie, serene beauty hides fierce combat on the open ground and the riverbanks alongside the Chateau Wassigny Railway. Giant's Shadow sets the scene, the Battle of the Selle, 1918. British forces have broken through the Hindenburg Line and are heading towards a strategic railway centre. The outcome is uncertain. An armoured train can still turn the tide of this soon-to-be bloody battle, but do you think you're ready? Not only did this map drop for free, but Battlefield dropped a massive patch for us to even out the gameplay experience, and they dropped a new weapon. Well, it's technically a gadget, but it's like a French medieval crossbowman had a sweaty night of passion with a Chinese firework artisan, and they had a baby. And that baby was named Deathbringer. That baby was a grenade-flinging crossbow. Apparently, this was a thing! Please see incredibly well-researched stills. These crossbows were a real thing, but clearly not as small or as well packaged as the final version that made it into the DLC, but I, for one, am not going to question the authenticity of this little bad boy, especially as it's made its way into my support class's hands. Apart from the aforementioned explosive crossbow of death, comes this beautifully designed map, Giant's Shadow. All maps are gorgeous in Battlefield 1, there are interesting areas to explore and fight, fly and drive through, and this is no exception to that rule. With a giant airship crashed in the middle, the drama is preset, and each story unfolds as the battle intensifies. I love the rural, pre-dawn French countryside setting, and its quiet calm juxtaposes with the destruction in its middle. The only thing that's missing is the tease of a 19-year-old French farm girl with a bursting corset who's as eager to please as she is naive. Other than that, Battlefield did a great job. Not only did we get a free map and a new weapony gadget of death, we got a large update to further address issues with the gameplay mechanics, bug fixes and overall improvements. I'm going to list a few that stood out to me, but all of the patch notes will be in the description notes below. Please do let me know if I've missed something that you feel should have been mentioned, and let me know in the comments. In the update we have a spectator mode. This is great news. In Spectator mode, players will be able to join a live Battlefield 1 match as an observer. From there, observers can switch between first-person and third-person camera views of all the players on the battlefield through the player view mode. Get an overhead bird's-eye view of the battlefield in tabletop mode, or fly a camera through the world using free cam mode. This is really exciting for all of you guys, but also for me and my incredibly well-made, super informative, and of course incredibly entertaining videos. So the Model 10A Hunter could possibly be a forgotten demigod. Maybe not, but its incredible lethality has been addressed. I love this gun, but it was overpowered and pretty much nullified all of the other shotguns. So, they've reduced the range of the buckshot variants of the M97 trench gun, Model 10A and the sawed-off shotgun, reducing the maximum one-hit kill distance. Also, they made the M97 trench gun more attractive as they've added an extra pellet to all variants and slightly improved the damage drop-off for the sweeper variant. Two noticeable changes to LMGs are that the Lewis gun now overheats slower, at 50 bullets instead of 35, and all LMGs have had a buff to improve performance at close to medium encounters. The fabled and much-loved Martini Henry is having a slight tweak to its damage output. It's being brought into line with other rifles that have that sweet spot mechanic, with a 0.9 multiplier to the lower torso and upper arms, and a 0.75 multiplier to the legs and forearms. Thank God for that. I can't tell you how many times I've been killed by that stupid godforsaken sorry piece of turd stack! As for gadgets, for those of you that are too yellow-bellied to stick your head above the parapet, you'll be happy to know that the mortar, which took a large nerf in the last patch, has now had a buff. It had been too inconsistent with aiming, often even missing large targets like tanks. The accuracy has now been improved for the setup shot and during sustained fire, but the damage has been unaffected. The mighty syringe has also seen a change to stop medics being able to act as a necromancer and revive multiple fallen allies in one quick run. So Battlefield have introduced a small cooldown to stop a medic and support being able to mass revive the fallen team. Also, ammo and medical crates will now be placed at a player's feet if the space in front of them is blocked. This is good news. And finally, the Landship, an iconic and beastly machine of war, was just not quite cutting it compared to other tanks in Battlefield 1, being rather underrepresented, so it's been buffed up. It now has the same health as a heavy tank, teammates can spawn directly into it, like the heavy tank, and has 2 side machine gun positions. Hopefully we will see this beastie more than ever. So men and you lady folk that lust for the bloody battle, that's my breakdown of what's dropped with the Giant's Shadow, and now all there is for you to do is go out there and get your hands dirty. If you thought I missed something important, you're probably wrong, but I'd appreciate comments below. Also, do like this video, it takes a lot of time and energy to make it, and I appreciate it very, very much. And if you haven't already, please frantically start tapping that resubscribe button, because it really does help me, and you'll get to hear more from your favourite drill sergeant. But for now, I'll be lurking in the shadows of a giant. I'm DRBC 007, signing off.